Movable bridges are fascinating because they combine civil engineering with mechanics to allow ships and vehicles to share waterways and roads efficiently. Below is a list of all types of movable bridges. Drawbridge. A drawbridge is one of the oldest types of movable bridges, historically associated with medieval castles and fortresses. The bridge deck can be raised or lowered, usually with chains and counterweights, to allow or block access. In modern contexts, drawbridge is often used as a general term for bascule bridges, but traditionally, it referred to bridges that pivot upward from one end. They are practical for narrow waterways and remain symbolic of defensive architecture. Bascule bridge. The bascule bridge operates on a counterweight system. The deck or leaf pivots upward around a horizontal axis to let vessels pass below. Bascule bridges can have one leaf, single leaf bascule, or two leaves, double leaf bascule, meeting in the middle. They are efficient and quick to operate, which makes them popular in urban areas with frequent ship traffic, such as London's Tower Bridge. Folding bridge. A folding bridge uses multiple sections that fold onto each other, similar to how a folding ladder works. Instead of lifting a single piece, the roadway collapses into a compact form, clearing the waterway. Folding bridges are rare but can be useful in places with limited vertical clearance or where space constraints prevent traditional lifting mechanisms. Curling bridge. A curling bridge uses an innovative mechanism where the deck rolls or curls into a spiral as it opens, resembling a scroll or a roll of paper. The rolling bridge in London's Paddington Basin is a modern example. While not common, curling bridges are admired for their striking aesthetics and engineering novelty, often serving more as architectural landmarks than heavy traffic structures. Vertical lift bridge. A vertical lift bridge raises its entire span straight up between two tall towers using cables and counterweights. Unlike a bascule, which rotates, the vertical lift bridge moves vertically while remaining horizontal. This design allows large ships to pass beneath and is especially effective for wide waterways. Examples include the Arthur Kill Vertical Lift Bridge in New York. Table bridge. A table bridge, also known as a lift table bridge, works much like a vertical lift bridge, but usually on a smaller scale. The roadway deck is raised vertically on hydraulic or mechanical lifts, resembling a table being elevated. They are most often used for canals, small rivers, or pedestrian crossings where moderate clearance is sufficient. Retractable bridge. A retractable bridge works by sliding or rolling the bridge deck horizontally into a recess or compartment, clearing the channel without lifting. This system avoids tall towers or counterweights, making it suitable for locations where vertical clearance is limited. However, retractable bridges require space beside the waterway to house the retracted deck. Submersible bridge. A submersible bridge lowers its deck beneath the water surface, allowing ships to pass over it. This unusual system avoids tall towers or lifting structures, but is limited to waterways where water depth allows safe clearance above the submerged deck. It is relatively rare due to maintenance challenges and safety considerations. Tilt bridge. A tilt bridge tilts its entire deck around a fixed pivot point, usually at one side of the span, to allow clearance beneath. The Gateshead Millennium Bridge in the UK is a well-known example. The deck tilts upward like a giant eyelid, creating both a functional crossing and an architectural spectacle. Swing bridge. A swing bridge rotates horizontally around a central pivot point, swinging open to allow vessels to pass on either side. They are commonly used over rivers and canals where the span is too long for a simple lift or bascule system. Swing bridges require space on both sides of the pivot for the rotating deck, but are durable and effective for moderate ship traffic. Transporter bridge. A transporter bridge does not move its entire deck. Instead, a suspended gondola or platform travels back and forth across the waterway, carrying vehicles and pedestrians. The main structure remains fixed high above the water to allow ships to pass freely. Transporter bridges are rare today, but can still be found in places like Bilbao, Spain. Rolling bascule bridge. A rolling bascule bridge uses a segmental design where the deck rolls backward on a track as it lifts, rather than rotating on a fixed hinge. This rolling motion reduces the space needed for counterweights and machinery. An example is the Pegasus Bridge in Normandy, France. Jet bridge. While not a traditional bridge over water, a jet bridge or passenger boarding bridge is a movable enclosed walkway used at airports to connect terminal buildings with aircraft doors. It extends and retracts to accommodate different aircraft sizes and positions. Though designed for aviation rather than waterways, it is technically a movable bridge for pedestrian traffic.